I always knew I wanted to be a scientist since I was a kid.
Hey there, everyday people. This is the series that showcases people who are dedicated, inspired, passionate about doing something pretty much every day. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Today we have Angelina, who is a research scientist. Would you mind clapping your hands for me? Thanks very much. You don't have to. It was just once.
It was just the once.
Just the one. You
not,
can say action
not like
as well.
Banner.
Yeah. Right. Sorry. I'm doing it properly now. Hang on. Am I doing it properly? It's hard to tell. Yeah. What is it you do then?
Okay, so I'm a research scientist. In the type of study that I was looking at, cancer of the bile duct. It's a very rare cancer in this part of the world, so it makes up about 2% of cancers. And it's very difficult to diagnose because it actually presents itself as generally like digestive problems. And unfortunately, when people present at A&E with jaundice, which means that their bile duct has been blocked, so they're yellow, usually by that point, it's inoperable.
And so how do you motivate yourself to get up every morning and do this?
Well, do you know what? I think, to be honest, I always think about the person, the reason why I'm doing it. I've been really lucky in the sense that in my career, I've come full circle in the sense, now I don't work with patients, but I have. And I am very closely with patients, and so I understand what it means, what it means and how patients benefit from us doing the right thing. I'm also doing something that I've always wanted to do. I always knew I wanted to be a scientist since I was a kid. So the fact that I'm doing it every day actually gives me a big buzz. Not to say that I wake up skipping and jumping around, singing, but actually it's just being grateful for the stuff, for what I'm doing today.
So what's the best experience you've had in your career?
You know what? It was and it actually happened on this sofa. It was the realisation that I had entered into the career of my dreams. Since university, I had become very interested in cancer. My dissertation was actually based on tumours, and I always wanted to be involved in cancer research. It's actually quite a difficult field to get into. Particularly the pathway that I was coming at it. And I remember about a week, because for me it takes time for me to process that things have actually happened to me. So it was about a week afterwards, I was sitting on the sofa and I suddenly realised that I was working in cancer research. I just suddenly realised, I was like, and I remember saying it to myself, oh my God, my dreams come true. I remember that, yeah.
What's the worst experience you've had in your career?
To be honest, it's actually the same, in cancer research. It was a privilege and an honour because I met the most incredible patients and their families, like the most incredible people. And actually, when you're working in research with patients, because I need to build a relationship with them, because they need to trust me with their stuff. So if something happens, I need to be the first person they call. And so you do, even when you try to provide a distance, it's very difficult to do that. And the disease area that I was in, the cancer disease area that I was looking after, has a very poor pathway. And so I lost all but one of my patients. And I remember the realisation I'd lost one of my they were all my favourites, but one of my favourites. And I remember sitting down and saying to myself, I'm grateful for this dream come true, but maybe this isn't the career that's for my life, because it just devastated me when I lost that patient. It really did. And it was that realisation of like, I'm grateful for having this privilege, but I need to move on in my career now. And that was quite devastating.
So looking from this point backwards, what would you say is the big life lesson you've learnt in your career?
Kindness goes a long way, particularly in my career. You know, us scientists, we get a really bad rep. Us research scientists get an even worse rep. And I think that what has brought me forward in my career and made me so successful, particularly when I was working very closely with patients and the general public, is kindness. You know, just allowing people to feel that you care for them. That was a big lesson that has brought me very far, you know, and brought me some of the biggest joys in my career, because I was kind. Love doing that. I know it drives people mad at work.
Thanks for watching. Please like this video, please share it, please subscribe. It's all about the algorithm, of course, and hope to see you back here